people very often do ask, what is the return on investment on a next-gen implementation in our organisation? Quite honestly, it's atypical for organisations to invest heavily in such programs because they focus more on systems, processes, procedures as far as management development is concerned. What we're suggesting with this paradigm shift is that there should be increased focus on the soft skills, the people skills, and that is something that sometimes takes a little bit of getting used to. However, if you look at the absolute objective of the program, it is to increase employee engagement. Engagement directly correlates with a number of key performance indicators for businesses. For example, engaged people are less likely to leave. It reduces attrition. It improves customer service. It improves sickness absence ratios. It improves innovation. Above all, it improves productivity and performance. So these are specific factors that should increase as a result of managers getting better relationships with their people, getting more out of their people. However, some people say, well, what are the actual figures that you can point towards here? And the closed-in company programs that we have run over usually about a 13-week period with before and after surveys of the direct reports of the managers saying how their engagement levels have changed, how their attitudes have changed as a result of this program. They have been inspirational in terms of their effectiveness. Perhaps the first major customer was Aviation Training International, and they implemented the program top down from board of directors down in 2008. And every year since, as they say on this website, one of their senior people now says that their engagement and performance has improved year on year as a result. In fact, they say that the choice principles are part of the DNA of the company now. So that would be one good indicator. Another company that we focused on was a major communications company, perhaps the biggest, that you would well know them. And they had a problem with customer service ratios and results they were getting from the metrics of customer service. And so 42 customer service managers were enrolled on this program over a 13-week period with before and after surveys of the call centre teams and so forth. Incredibly, they achieved a 20.8% improvement in engagement. And they maintained that reflected in increased performance in different characteristics, performance KPIs going forward. Let's look at some numbers here. The average manager in the UK would probably have something like 10 direct reports. Taking average earnings into account and the average cost of running a team, you're probably looking at an average cost component of running a team in most companies of between $750,000 and $1 million a year. Let's say it's $500,000. Let's say the cost is $500,000. Now, obviously, every team that's in effect is producing a result of at least that, otherwise it wouldn't be in existence. The company concerned would say, well, that's not producing a result, so we get rid of that team. So we can say that the return or the income generated or the revenue generated by an average team, let's say, is $500,000. Now, if we analyse all of the survey results, the before and after survey results for engagement improvements of our customers in the last 6 years, we have something like an 8% improvement in engagement from beginning to end of the program. We do not know, of course, how that translates into actual performance statistics. We don't have that data. That is within the organisations, and most organisations couldn't really tell you specifically. But there is a direct known correlation between engagement and effort, and effort and performance. So it's a prima facie reasonable conclusion that if your team has improved its engagement by 8%, its performance will increase by, let's say, 4%. Let's say half of that. Now we've got two statistics. We've got the average team costing and producing $500,000 a year, and we've got a 4% improvement as a result of this program. And 4% of $500,000 is £20,000. That's an annual return, reasonable expectation of return on this program. What is the cost of putting a manager through this program? Under £2,000. So now we've got an ROI calculation. 1,000% ROI is going to be produced from this program, and the good news is that happens every year. So in the case of aviation training, that's happened every year, but the cost was only one-off. So for a £2,000 cost, £20,000 improvement in performance and productivity each year. Now that is probably one of the best returns on investment that you can achieve from any form of training, and it recommends the next gen program.